Alright, welcome to another session in this series. In this session, we start with question number 49. In the previous session, we ended on 48, okay? So let's start with 49. It says, by how much is the sum of this, and this less than this? So what means is we need to subtract this sum from 30x, okay? So what we do is what we do is 30x minus, then you bring the sum of everything, okay? 3x plus 6x minus 5 plus 9x plus 4x plus 1. What do we get? We have 30x minus, what's the bracket? So here we have 3x plus 6x, that will give us what? 9x. 9x plus another 9x will give us what? 18x plus another 4x, that's what? 22x. Let's take it again. 3 plus 6, that will give us 9 plus 9, 18 plus 4, 22x. Okay? 22x. Then we have negative 5 plus 1 is what? Negative 4. Negative 4. So finally we have 30x minus 22x plus 4, which will give us 8x plus 4. 8x plus 4 is what? 8x plus 4 would give us D. That is our answer. 8x plus 4. Okay? Cool. Let's move on to question number 50. It says, which of the following is a factor of this? So first we just need to factorize this and we compare. Okay, very simple. So we have 2 minus 2x squared. So this is what you have. Now what is common, we can factor 2 out, okay? Because 2 here, 2 here, we can factor 2 out. So if we factor 2 out, so we need to have something like 1 minus x squared. But are we done? No, we are not done. When we look in the bracket, it seems like we have something fishy, because this can be rewritten as, this one here can be rewritten as 1 squared, okay? And then if we join this to it, we have minus x squared, and then that will be what? A difference of 2 squares, okay? 1 square, 1 square here. So this is the same as this, okay? So this is a difference of 2 squares, and we know how to do with difference of 2 squares, right? Of course we do. So 2 multiply 1 plus x, then multiply 1 minus x. So this is our answer. This is our factorized solution, okay? Now we need to compare this solution to the option C and see which is a factor. Do you have x minus 2 here? No, we don't. Do you have x plus 2? No, we don't. Do you have 2 minus x? No, we don't. Now, do you have 2 multiplying 1 plus x? Yes, we do. 2 multiplying 1 plus x is a factor. So that is our answer. Okay, cool. Now let's move on to question number 51. This seems a little bit tricky, but we'll handle it. Okay, now let's find, this says simplify this. So as usual, we find our LCM. Okay, so let's find our LCM. So for the LCM, the easiest thing to do is to just multiply the 2 denominators. Okay, so we have m squared minus 1, and then we would have times 2 multiplying 3m plus 1. Okay, cool. Now before we move on, I want to show you something. This right here is looking like something, right? It's looking like a difference of 2 squares, okay? Because this here can be rewritten as what? 3m squared minus, and in here we can write it as 1 squared, because 1 squared is the same as 1. Okay, so this is a difference of 2 squares, and we know how to deal with difference of two squares, right? Okay, cool. And also the way this 2 is right in the middle here, although it's multiplying because of the dot, we know it's multiplying because of this dot, okay? Because we multiplied it, okay? I don't like the way it's over there, so I want to bring it over here, so this can stand alone, okay? Cool. Now we know we are going to have a bunch of things over here, okay? But based on what I've explained right here, I want us to write this in the terms of what? A difference of two squares, okay? But first, let's write this. Let's write this term first. Let's write that first at the bottom. We have 2 multiplying 3m plus 1. That is this. Okay? Now, times the other part, which is this one right here. And we know we said this is a difference of two squares. So we know how to handle this difference of two squares. Okay? So let me write it with red. That will be 3m plus 1 and then 3m minus 1. Okay? So this right here is the same as this. Okay? Okay? Cool. Now we are done with the denominator. Okay? Now let's handle the numerator. Now this is our LCM. Okay? So now we just need to now simplify it. If we cancel this out, which is this whole thing, what are we left with? We're left with this. Okay? So this multiplies 3m. Okay? So let's write it down. So we have, let me use blue. We have 3m times 2 multiplying 3m plus 1. Okay? Now minus, and this one here will multiply what? If this cancels with this, what are we left with? We're left with this whole thing. Okay? Cool. So let's write it minus, and you know negative 1 times 8 will just give us the same thing, right? Cool. Minus 3m plus 1, 3m minus 1. Okay? Cool. Now let's simplify further. Don't get confused. Just follow. Okay? Cool. Now 3m times 2 can give us what? 6m. Okay? Let's do that. Let's write 6m into bracket 3m plus 1. Then we have minus 3m plus 1, 3m. Actually, let me write this properly so you can see it. We have 6m multiplying 3m plus 1 minus 3m plus 1 multiplying 3m minus 1. Okay? Cool. All over our denominator, which is 3m plus 1 multiplying 3m plus 1, 3m minus 1. Okay? Cool. Now, if you look at the top here, this is one expression minus another expression. Now, in these two expressions, what is common? Tell me what is common. Okay, what is common is what? 3m plus 1. 3m plus 1. So we can factor that out, okay? We can factor that out. Cool. So we have 3m plus 1 outside. Then in our bracket, we have what? 6m minus 3m minus 1. Okay? How do we get that? If we take 3m out and factor it out, we'll be left with this. And then if you take 3m plus m, let's say 3m plus 1 out, we'll be left with 3m minus 1. That's what we have here. Okay? all over the denominator, which is 2 3m plus 1, and then 3m plus 1 3m minus 1. Okay, so now we can cancel some things out. Some things are looking easy now. We can cancel this out, and then we can cancel what out? This one. 3m plus 1 3m plus 1 is gone now. Okay, so now let's simplify further. Okay, so on top here we have 6m minus 3m minus 1, and we can rewrite it to be what? 6m minus 3m plus 1. Okay, and then that will give us what? 3m plus 1. So the numerator, when we simplify it, when we simplify the numerator, this one here, we get this solution, 3m plus 1. Okay, so now this 3m plus 1 on top here, all over our remaining what? Denominator. That will be 2 3m plus 1, and then 3m minus 1. Okay, do you see something else? Yes, we can still cancel now. This 3m plus 1 can still cancel this 3m plus 1. Now finally we have 1 over 2 3m minus 1. Okay, all right, so that is our answer, because we can simplify any further. Now let's look at our solutions and see if we have that inside. Yes, we have it. That is D. That is D. Okay, this one was a little bit long, but I hope you got it. If you didn't understand anything, just comment in the comment section, or if you have a better way to solve this, let us know, and then we look at it. Okay, thank you so much for joining this session. In the next session, move on to question number 52. Thank you so much. See you again next time. Bye.